We've had a lot of interesting things happen July and August. I thought I would share them with you, and one of the most interesting things is gifting. And it's something the furry people, they won't take chocolate bars from me or anything. If I touch it, they won't eat it. Other people, they get to be gifted with. But Gerald Bringle is very interesting. He encountered a group of Sasquatch in the Bradshaw Mountains, and they started the gifting process. It's very interesting. Also, we'll have some little tidbits of some other interesting things that we've been up to here as of late.
Gerald, you were telling me an incident that happened some years ago at Burrow Creek. That's in Arizona?
Yes.
You were down there camping?
Yes.
And down by a swimming hole?
Yes.
What happened there?
Well, I set the camp up, and I did have trail cameras, but they were pointing to the incoming road, and I never thought anything about it. But when at nighttime, I wanted to go swimming, and the swimming hole was behind the camp. So I followed an animal trail back to the swimming hole, and there was a great big rock standing there, big freestanding rock. And I remembered, and I looked at that rock. I said, this is unusual. So I went swimming, and I came back. And when I came back, there was a handful of red mesquite beans sitting up on top of the rock.
Which I've heard about and never seen them. So that's unusual to find a stack of them someplace.
Red mesquite beans. And I said, well, I'm going to keep these. So I picked up the beans and I took them back to camp. And I thought, well, I'm going to put something in its place. So I had some glass marbles, and I took the marbles out and I set it there, and I didn't think anything of it. The next morning I got up and I went swimming. The marbles were gone, and in its place was a blue rock, a very small pastel blue rock. And I thought the color was so pretty, and I picked that rock up and I said, I'd like to find where this came from. So that day I went out searching to find out where this rock had come from up the creek. That evening when I went out to go swimming, there was this thing up on top of the rock. Now this is an effigy of a Bigfoot.
Yeah, I can see the foot in there. Do you think he carved it? Or is that just natural?
I feel it's natural, but it looks like maybe one place they made a flake something out of here. And so this is what gave me the clue. Well, wow, I've never saw that before. So the next time I passed the rock...
Something left you that.
Yeah, I'm zooming into each one of these.
Far out.
So this was what they left me, and of course I left them trinkets, and I had some fruit with me. I put the fruit in a can, and I left some fruit there for her. And the next day I came back, this was there.
That looks carved.
Yeah.
It looks carved to me. It could be naturally occurring, but that looks like manipulation.
And I thought this was very unusual, and I felt that they really liked the fruit that I gave.
They were liking your fruit and your trinkets and your beads out there.
And I put the fruit in a 2-pound coffee can, and it was gone. So the next day I came back and I had some trinkets for them that they put out there. So the next day I came back, this was there.
And of course that is an arrowhead.
Obsidian.
Obsidian.
And this is different than any other arrowheads that you can see, because the Europeans, when they fired their arrows, the arrowhead was up and down, thusly. But the Indian people, when they fired their arrows, it was horizontal.
And they catch some air and get some distance.
And they made a concave in order to give the point a lift to it. So this is not European. This is Indian arrowhead. And we traded little artifacts back and forth, and then there was this.
Which is very old. That is a clam, right?
No, this is a sea bead from the ocean.
From the ocean. And how many thousands of miles from the ocean were you?
300.
300 miles from the ocean.
Yeah,
Okay.
San Diego.
Okay.
And there was a trade route.
There, yeah, we know about the trade routes, the old Yucatan peninsulas and so forth.
And I found ivory up there from walrus teeth.
Oh, wow.
They used it for a needle. So we kept trading back and forth, and then there was this.
Was that obsidian?
This is obsidian, but it's a very nice piece of obsidian.
Yes, it is.
And it hasn't been flaked. This is just natural, coming out like that. But it looks like a goddess. So I thought this was a wonderful little piece. So we kept trading, seeing it has all kinds of little marks on it that are intricate. And stair steps. So forth. So you can take quite a bit of time studying this thing there. So in the meantime, I was trading them stuff, and they were leaving me presents, and I took the presents and I would go out and leave it there. And then they left me this. This is a very unusual stone, because if you look at it very carefully, you'll see like faces on it. And I took this stone and I looked at the different faces, each face that I could see on here, and I found 13 different faces on here. This is an unusual rock. It's unusual color, and it's kind of heavy, and it sparkles. I don't know if you can get the sparkling sensation in there.
Is that hematite, Leonard?
So it sparkles like that, and it is kind of heavy. It's the iron gives it the color, the yellow color in there. So let's see. I got that one. That one.
The coup de grace. That's the next one.
Now this had to have come from someplace in the area, and I think they were trying to draw me in. They were trying to tantalize me with this artifact. And I feel that this artifact, there's a stash. Well, this had to come from somewhere in the area. They didn't carve this.
That's at least a porcelain work, and then we've got, that looks Ming Dynasty dragon head to me. I'm no expert, but
can you hold the face flat like this towards the camera so we
can you get it like that?
There we go. That's good. Let me zoom in a little bit here.
So I mean, we've gone around thinking, well, maybe, you know, some Chinese were in that area back in the railroad days and things like that, but I just don't know. That looks very rare.
Well, the Chinese were great tunnelers, so it's very intriguing, because in this area there is a possibility that there may be some tunnels in there and maybe some openings, and so this is sort of a drive for me to go back there and see if I can find where this came from.
I'll go with you, because I think there's more.
The
yes.
dragon's a symbol of good luck.
And
I'll somebody's good luck charm and lost it down in the mine. Who knows?
I don't think it's been weathered. It doesn't look like it's been weathered. It looks like it's been sitting somewhere.
That's either a quartz or a porcelain manufacturer.
This is stone.
Yeah.
Stone.
Jade? You think it's jade?
Jade. Jade. Yeah. This is jade, and it's got a hole in there.
Where somebody's wearing it.
We've been up here. We worked the track find. Leonard was out here with the track find. That's when we found just about a half mile of Sasquatch prints in the 19-inch variety. And he went from 5-foot strides to 7-foot strides, and then the track line stops, disappears. We've combed the area. Leonard's combed the area. Navajo Rangers combed the area. All kinds of people combed the area. Can't explain the disappearing track line, but We've had some more tracks show up, and what I was afraid of is now the tracks are coming in around the housing of the people here in the area, and we're getting more reports of vocalizations and of interest. Leonard was talking with the grandma. What was she saying about a little furry dude? They couldn't catch him, or?
Yes, this morning we went down there to visit with her, and she told us that her sons were on horseback up here in the mountain ranges, and she said that they came up on a small, size of a 5-year-old furry boy, and they tried to chase it, and it outran them on horseback. They chased it for about 3-5 miles.
Wow, and he outpaced a horse on 2 legs.
He outran them, so
wow,
that's unbelievable. He's a fast kid.
Fast little furry dude.
Oh yes, he's...
I have a feeling it was the same little furry dude that left the 2 prints we found the last
Yeah,
time.
we had company when I was here with Jack and Calvin. We had some company of that size, but that's an athlete there. He outrun a horse.
He was moving.
Dude, I'm not the guy getting married. Why are you mad at me? You had a little calf over here?
Yeah, we had a little calf. We were coming back to check on it because the week before we had bears stealing calves.
Bears were coming in getting the babies, huh?
And they were, I don't know if it was the bears itself, but we noticed that they were just, as the mothers were having the calves, they'd be pulling them out.
Well, I've seen coyotes do that too. That sucks.
They're pulling them out, and there's this little calf that was with them over here. We checked, and there was a calf standing there, and we noticed that something was creeping up behind it. And as we got closer, it took off down towards the ditch. And as we pulled up, we thought it was the calf that took off. We pulled up, the calf got up, started walking towards its mom. And we looked down that way and nothing. We seen it like, it was like crawling, like on 4s.
Oh, on 4s?
Yeah, but when we got to it, it stood up and ran.
So it took off, it started on all 4s and took off on 2?
Yeah. It was like crawling, creeping towards the calf. It was like not even 5 feet from the calf. The calf was just sleeping.
And was it hairy?
It was kind of like a little darker than this. We just saw something black.
Black,
Dark
okay.
It was a little darker than...
Okay, so not likely it was a bear that took off on 2 legs to get away from you.
Not that fast.